lot of people have heard the word Toltec, and there's a lot of misunderstandings about the origin of the word. I know in my early 20s I was introduced to some of this by studying some of Carlos Castaneda's work in the early 90s when I was in my early 20s, and never really looked into it much more than that. And of course we all have our different paths that we take when we're looking at, you know, seeking knowledge, and which is where it started for me with all this. It was just a self-interest thing that I was just looking for information, you know, about life, the universe, energy, you know, you name it, who am I, and all these kind of questions. And our next presenter, Adrian Marsh, is a pioneering researcher. He holds a PhD in physics from Cambridge University. With decades of experience, he focuses on Tesla energy, quantum device physics, holistic medical devices, and esoteric science. Adrian replicates Tesla-based experiments and explores topics like telluric power transmission and esoteric energetic systems. His research is self-funded through AM Innovations and supported by the Foundation for Toltec Research. More information can be found at Adrian's website at am-innovations.com. Help me welcome Adrian Marsh.
Okay, so let's talk about the source. Where does this come from? So it comes from the Toltec legacy as expressed by a person called Tern Maris, who is a Toltec, or was a Toltec until his death. This is his symbol, so the inverted triangle, purple triangle with the sword of truth, spear of destiny, the wheel of time, and the wings of perception, all together. And that differentiates his work as a true Toltec. Now, it would of course make sense, since the Toltec system of knowledge was always handed down through a strictly oral tradition and through training, then it would give us an idea why we don't actually know much about it. There's not much available. It is clear why the modern world really has no record or understanding of either the Toltecs, of antiquity, or the system of knowledge that they diligently assembled. So this is why this communication, Tern Maris' books were so important, and now we're taking another stage, is wanting to bring it as the Toltec system of knowledge. It's time to do that, and I'll come on to why it's time to do that. The other thing is also the Toltec path of freedom is not related to Toltequity, Nihilism, shamanism, and other Mesoamerican traditions. The Big Bang, as science knows it, is the great manifestation emerging from the 9th world into the physical world of the 10th. That is actually the Big Bang. We can see it because it comes in form. But the pressure of the spirit down through there comes out in from the 9th world into the 10th. The Big Bang. That's why the universe is expanding outwards in the physical realm, And you can feel intelligent cooperation. You know when you are intelligently cooperating well. Suddenly things start to go well. Things come together. A synchronicity is formed. Somehow, you know, you speak to someone, they know someone, and something happens that which was important in your life is what you had your intent on. So synchronicity is very much the product of intelligent cooperation. And also we know when we don't intelligently cooperate, it goes the other way. Everything starts to seem harder. Things don't work out. Somehow, you know, it comes to a dead end. We have to change direction, all that kind of thing. So intelligent cooperation, again, is a feeling. And that's how we learn to navigate it. So Ator is the one child of the solar being. The solar being the sun. Its physical form is a huge fusion reaction. But that is holding the planets together in an inclusive way within our solar system. The solar being is one child of the galaxy being. Our closest physical galaxy being is the Milky Way, is its physical body. And imagine the physical universe is the current extent of only the 10th level of manifestation. It's so vast we can't even comprehend it. How many galaxies are there already observed within the physical universe? Each of those are a being with solar beings, untold planetary beings inside them. The evolution of awareness is so vast, there's no way we could possibly comprehend it. So using an inclusive intent, an apparatus that is in synchronicity with the will work of nature, we can reveal solar fire properties, which reflect fundamental principles within the one life. So it now puts meaning and purpose to the experiments that we do. And we start to reveal basic fundamental properties like the golden ratio, like fractals, all of those things which are part of the underlying real work of nature, reflecting those qualities at the different levels of awareness and how they interact with each other. And I'll be going into that in more detail later in the conference.
You talked about the scream of the eagle.
Cry of the eagle.
The cry of the eagle.
The scream would be accurate probably to reflect where we currently are.
So this is a time when it's not suggested that it be passed down person to person, but opened completely up.
Absolutely.
Because of the time that we're in.
Yes. We have to take responsibility for it sooner or later.
Yeah. And so I'm a kind of a Pollyanna optimist, but I also understand the moment in time that we're at. Mm-hmm. So speak to this opening up and what we have to overcome with this training. Mm-hmm.
Well,
from your perspective.
Well, it's in our hands. I mean, there is each of us is basically a drop in the ocean. So I mean, how will we use the knowledge that we have? Will we have it to evolve? Will we use it to evolve inclusively? So, encouraging people to work together, being open with our relationships, evolving our relationships in a life-supportive way, or will we look for separation, prejudice, and be self-destructive in that process? Really, the choice is down for each and every one of us. In actual fact, Toltecs know that we sit actually at the moment in the great challenge of our times, which is basically every being has to choose whether they support life-supportive approach or life-destructive.